I use the grid method to create a simplified line drawing of myself from a photograph. When you trace a drawing onto a piece of lino, it will be printed as a mirror image of your drawing. To avoid this from happening, I scanned my drawing into my computer, traced around the image in Procreate, and reversed the image in the same program. When working with more than one colour, it's important to plan the colour scheme carefully. This suite of progressive prints demonstrates each colour printed separately, and then the colours combined with one colour being added one at a time in the order in which they are to be printed. I use Photoshop to turn my photograph into a 4-tone image. By turning my picture into a 4-tone image, I was able to plan which areas needed to be carved and printed for each layer. Once your sketch is ready, transfer it onto the linoleum block. You can do this by rubbing the back of your drawing with graphite and then tracing over it on the lino or using transfer paper. Stick your portrait to your liner block with 4 pieces of masking tape. Go over your portrait with a biro pen. Go over your pencil drawing with a thick marker pen. Since this is a reduction print, I started with the lightest colour first. First, carve the registration marks. Use a craft knife to make a wide score along these lines. Carve along the edges of the design, focusing on the side of the tool that is against the edges. It's always easiest to do the edges first and then clear away the bit next to it. To clear out larger areas, I'm using a larger tool. You don't need to make the deepest of cut because the grayer will only ink the top surface of the linoleum that I have left uncarved. I will do this by carving around the head shape. By looking at my Photoshop portrait, I am able to see where the lightest areas of tone on my face are. By drawing areas of tone that I want to appear as white, I will know where I need to carve. Spread the ink to the width of your ink roller with a tool. Since this is a reduction print, I started with the lightest colour first. Dip the roller into the ink reservoir and start rolling it out in the space below. If there is too much ink on the roller, it will take on an orange peel texture. Try to roll in straight lines, covering the whole surface evenly. Roll in different directions to reach all the corners and edges. Hold a sheet of paper in your left hand and align the right-hand corner of the paper with the carved away right-hand corner. Fix it into place with one piece of masking tape. Check your progress by lifting the paper. Go over any areas you have missed. When you have finished, lift the paper and carefully remove the masking tape. Spread the ink to the width of your ink roller with a tool. Dip the roller into the ink reservoir and start rolling it out in the space below. If there is too much ink on the roller, it will take on an orange peel texture. Your ink should look like sandpaper. Once you have an even layer of ink on the roller, roll it onto your block to transfer the ink. Try to roll in straight lines, covering the whole surface evenly. Roll in different directions to reach all the corners and edges. Recharge the roller with more ink as needed. Hold a sheet of paper in your right hand and align the right hand carved away corner of your liner block. Fix it into place with one piece of masking tape. Hold the paper so it doesn't move and rub over the back of the block with your brayer. Go over any areas you have missed. Wipe away any stray ink from the non-printing areas of the block with a dry piece of material. The first time you ink a block, you can see if you've missed any areas, but after that, the block will be stained and it's harder to see. Next, I printed the black layer. To keep the areas I printed red from being printed black, I carved out the areas I wanted to remain red. To know which areas I needed to carve out, I drew over them with graphite. set up your printing area in an organized way and try to keep the ink in one place. Spread the ink to the width of your ink roller with a tool. Dip the roller into the ink reservoir and start rolling it out in the space below.